All right, we're back at the garage here. Got the black car in the air. So it's been a couple days since I've filmed. I did make some decisions on what I'm going to do with both of these cars. The black car will be getting the Tesla swap. And so what that means is the good running engine out of this salvage-ish title car will be going into the silver car. If you haven't seen the silver car, it's also, both of these cars are 1999 Porsche 911 Carrera 4s. So in this video, I'll be summarizing the research I've done over the last week and some of the decisions or plans I've made for this Tesla swap. Before we jump into this video, I'd like to remind folks to please subscribe if you are at all interested in following the progress of this Tesla swap 911 project. I think it will be pretty interesting and it will be a journey, I'm sure. So thanks for watching and enjoy. All right, so when diving into a project this big, you could easily get lost in where do you even begin. And I'll tell you that I have never done anything like this. But yeah, my research has kind of started with the motor. Which electric motor do I want to have in my car? Because I think that's exciting. Kind of, what would be the power of the car? How quick would it accelerate 0 to 60? All those things. So I've started my journey there with the electric motor selection, and I have decided on the Tesla Model 3 rear drive unit. The primary reasons I'm attracted to this motor is its efficiency. This new permanent magnet style motor, electric motor, has an efficiency close to 95%, whereas the earlier Model S motors were more like 2 or 3% less efficient than the new permanent magnet ones. So I really like the improved efficiency. The other part I love about the Tesla drive units is that it's not just an electric motor, it is they call it a drive unit because it is the electric motor and the transmission packaged all in one piece. So I love the simplicity of this design. The other thing is I think that this motor will have plenty of power for the 996 chassis. Just to make sure, I went and test drove a Tesla Model 3 standard range. And this is the car that just has the rear drive unit in it. So I thought this would be a good opportunity just to feel kind of what the final product of my car would feel like, the 996 with the rear drive unit from the Model 3. Just make sure I like it. It's fast. It's so fast. They're so fun. What's the semi doing? Okay. All right, we're in drive. We're clear. We're good to go. So just hit it here. You'll see, kind of watch the speed. It doesn't come on that quick. Woo, it's soft suspension. I did not like going around that corner, but here's where this thing is awesome. 50 miles an hour. Let's get on top so we're flat. Beautiful views out here. Hopefully it's picking up some of that. And when I mash, I mean, that's awesome. 50 to 70 and seemed like a second. So that tells me that the 0 to 60 time is definitely being compromised by the traction control. In the 996, I'll have a wide rear tire. I think I think that I'll be able to take advantage of that traction. And hopefully with the way that the motor controller is programmed, I can take advantage of the power that's there, because it feels like there's a lot. All right, so the test drive confirmed that there's going to be plenty of power. Next is the fit. Will the drive unit fit in the car? And I won't really know until I get the engine out. I'm guessing I could probably do some measuring now, but I should have the engine out of the silver car by the end of this week, and I'll be able to take some measurements and check that out. But the other part of this is the Model 3, the rear drive unit. The electric motor part of it sits in front of the rear axle line. So I'm hoping that there is room for it there. I'm thinking there should be, because that's where the transmission was. If for some reason there is not, the Model S motors are the opposite. the electric motor part is behind the rear axle line of the car. Finally, there is the cost. The cost I've seen of these goes anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, which I don't think is bad for what is replacing the engine and the transmission in the car. All right, the next part of this project is picking a battery. And there's so many choices out there. There's the Nissan Leaf and the Tesla modules and the Chevy Volt and Bolt packs and BMW. There's so many different ways you could go. EV0 did a great video on picking, how you should decide. And for me, really, it comes down to cost, the weight, because I want the car to still handle well, so I don't want it to be too heavy, and the range. So with all of these factors considered, after looking at all the different, each battery type has a different shape, so only certain types of batteries would fit. I've kind of narrowed it down to the Mercedes B-Class electric battery pack. They have a kind of a strange shape. They're 90 centimeters long, but again, Zero EV used this battery module to build the pack for their Boxster project. And so I'm hoping that if it fits in a Boxster, it would fit where the engine is in a 911 in the very back by creating a battery box. This battery pack has a range, well, it's a 36 kilowatt hour pack. So it would give me a range, I'm guessing, between 100 and 120 miles, maybe a little bit more. And the cost, because it is a smaller pack, I saw one listed for about $8,000. So not cheap, but I like that this pack is actually, the modules are built by Tesla, so they have internal cooling, which I really, really like. I think that's important if I'm going to be running the Tesla Drive unit. So that is my thought right now. That may change if I find out they don't fit. All right, so that's kind of it for right now. That's the update. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Maybe one day I'll hit 1,000 subscribers, and that'll help me pay for some of this crazy stuff I like to do. I appreciate your support, and thanks for watching.